What special features makes your store unique to the community?
Well, I would think a lot of things for our community, just simply because we're a smaller community and we have a bunch of departments and services that most retailers in our community don't have. So we have like our full service meat department, where it's still like the the butcher shop, but you come in and you can pick what you'd like to buy. We also have picked up a smoker. So out in front of our store we have a smoker, which is very unique to our community, the only one that we have, and it's been nothing short of spectacular. So Mount Pleasant Hy-Vee smoked meats, we do pretty much just about everything: pork loins, ribs. We just got that probably 3 months ago, and it's just been terrific. So, and then really unique for our community is our wine and spirits store, just simply because it's like a big city wine store in a small city of Iowa. So that's been a major focus for us also. And then our health market. In this community, health market wise and healthy food, there really isn't much of an option. A lot of people will go to Iowa City, to the co-ops, those kind of things, or other Hy-Vee stores, even to Burlington. And so we have a full service health market now, which you can get just about everything. And people would say, oh, that's not going to go in a town like Mount Pleasant, it's too small. And it's amazing. So many people are gluten-free, so many people are watching the things that they're eating, so many people are wanting organic and non-meat type items. And I would say that is definitely an advantage that we have. So plus we have a dietitian, and we're the only place in town that has a dietitian for a grocery store. So that definitely make us unique, I think.
What factors would you attribute to being the key to your success?
Well, we get a lot of things, I guess, is just a company that are key to our success. And the biggest thing is the autonomy that Hy-Vee gives us as store directors. And I think even more of that is, because that's an easy one, Hy-Vee gives autonomy to the store directors, but they also give it at our store and at each individual store to enable our department managers and the people that work for us to have that autonomy. So right now we have a couple of people working on an ad right now. My meat manager is finding items that he can put in our ad, that's working with our manager of store operations. And so my delicatessen manager came to me this morning. She wants to start doing toasted subs in our store at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And a lot of places don't get the chance to do those kind of things. We do, and I think that's the biggest key, is that autonomy. And then I think at our store specifically is, I think we just have a couple, 3 things that work for us. And our first is I guess it's my philosophy, is take care of your employee. If you take care of your employees and you make them happy, they're going to take care of your customers. The second thing is take care of your customers. I have a saying, I say a lot, don't lose a customer over a $5 bill. And you get into a lot of things where, well, the policy says this, don't lose a customer over $5. And then take care of your community, and I think they take back care of you. So those 3 things at our store level, we really put a lot of thought into on taking care of those 3 things, and I think that's what makes us successful in Mount Pleasant. So,
what changes have you made over the years to remain competitive? I know you mentioned a few of those, like your smoker and
well, in general, the shift to this store was a major competitive thing that we did. For our old store was only about probably 28,000 square foot, and it was a small store with produce in the first aisle still, or in the last aisle. And so going to this store was a major competitive advantage, I think, and something we did to remain competitive. And then just in store, over the years, I guess we added the smoker, we added those kind of things, and then probably changing to the economy. We do a lot more local ads now, and we do a lot more local ads centered on the first of the month and the last part of the month. With the economy being as bad as it is, people are budgeting very seriously for the first part of the month and then at the end of the month. So your ads towards the end of the month might have smaller ticket items in it, because people are on the last bit of their money at that time of the month. And then the beginning, you might have more and maybe more bulk buys. So, and those things are very in depth as far as how we write our ads and how we market. And so, and then that biggest part of it is also then the shift in hours. So we've had to change things on a lot of our customers. Aren't coming in at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. They're coming in at that 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon time frame, or after school. So we've switched hours and made some things open later. Our gas discount, we've realized that with gas being at the prices that it's been, we've gotten more creative with our gas discounts. So like if you buy 2 items from the bakery, you get an extra 10 cents off a gallon of gas, or if you buy something from the meat department, you get 5 cents off, and various items throughout the store to keep people, because when you've got a customer pulling up at your gas station, they're spending $85, which is about what it is to fill a lot of tanks anymore. Their budget for groceries that week was $150, and that's probably coming out of it. So you've really got to be savvy on being a merchant and trying to get as much out of the $200 that they spend a month for groceries as you can. So that's probably been some of those things that we've done. And then the other thing is just, I guess, being active in I guess just customer service, making sure everybody understands. Customers that come in here these days are stressed. They are stressed. They're thinking about money. They're thinking about what's for dinner. So we've tried to do a little bit more of, when you look in this bunker, there's the 5 things you need for dinner. So there's your beef, there's your corn, there's your carrots. So you'd have produce in your meat department. You'll have meat department in your produce. And that's something that Hy-Vee in general, that's something that Tom in specific has preached to a lot of us store directors. You've got to find them something to eat when they come in the store. You've got to help them with it because they're too busy when they come in. So, and I think Hy-Vee in general has done a nice job of that. So,
cool.
Speaking from the school district standpoint, though, Hy-Vee's been absolutely wonderful in helping us with different projects, supporting the school in any way that they can. If we need help, we call them. Call Willie. Willie is very helpful to us to give us food or donate some, maybe the grill, or something to help us with things. So very helpful that way financially, and also very easy to work with.
Our Chamber of Commerce just implemented a Look Local First program, a Buy Local program, and that was based on the fact that right now shopping local generates about $700,000 in local option sales taxes for our road improvements in the community. They help with public safety and a variety of other infrastructure needs. Plus, you have the simple fact that local retail employs more than 800 people in this county. So with a facility like Hy-Vee, what you have, one of the best ways to see it is at the end of the year, at the end of the school year, when the newspaper publishes the graduates, all their employers take out an ad for the kids that work for them. And when you see Hy-Vee's ad, you'll see 16 Mount Pleasant high schoolers that this was their first job. So the combination of keeping money local and then adding into it the fact that they employ so many of our young people and adults, there's no question that we need to shop local.
Well, I guess I was kind of surprised when I came to Mount Pleasant in 1978. The company that I started with didn't purchase a lot of things locally. And so I said, that really doesn't make sense. We really need to support our local businesses. So we started kind of our own buy local, but also buy Iowa. And we try to now buy as much as we can in the area, or certainly within the state. And with Hy-Vee, they make it really easy. I mean, for me, as an individual shopper, I like to go to all of the stores that we have here in Mount Pleasant, because they all provide a tremendous amount of goods and services that there's really no reason to go elsewhere for. But for us, it just makes sense. They always have a great line of food available that and are always very helpful. They're always mindful of your needs and willing to talk about you and change, get stuff that you'd really like to have. I like that. I like also being able to walk in and know the people that I walk into the store. The old years ago, I think Hy-Vee said, this friendly smile in every aisle. And it is. It's just great to have people say hi to me, and I know who they are. And from professionally, Hy-Vee really does a tremendous amount of support for our annual event. They are the main food supplier for all our church and civic organizations. We have 25 food concessions that run during our event, and they all get a big part of their supplies from Hy-Vee. They're always very service-oriented. The vendors never worry about having enough product to sell. And then you walk around our grounds, you see Willie's imprint all over the place. I mean, he sponsors our family tent. It's our big free stage venue. They have been a sponsor of that for, I don't think I could tell you how many years. But he does a great job of supporting our event. And again, you go around this town, Little League, school, almost everything has that sponsored by Hy-Vee. And that is indicative also of a lot of the other businesses here in town. So, I mean, I think I think they I don't know if they want to keep up with, you get 2 or 3 businesses that really do a lot of support, and I think it becomes infectious. I think, or not, they want to be part of
that. Willie understands the role of a business leader, And Hy-Vee is one of our larger employers. It's certainly one of the largest retail establishments in the community. And so he takes the initiative to lead in the community and push agendas forward and to be involved and engaged. And what that does, then it helps carry on the smaller businesses with him. Hy-Vee is always at the forefront of sponsoring things like Midwest Old Threshers or our Athletic Booster Club, or I run the Chamber of Commerce. They're very heavily involved in that regard. Willie individually is the president of the Mount Pleasant Little League. That is a thankless job. Point blank, that's a thankless job. The reason we need a president is because there's problems, you know? And he's willing to take that on. He's heavily involved in a lot of kids' activities. And I also know that he is the first call when somebody's planning an event or they're planning a fundraiser of some sort. We need to make sure we ask Hy-Vee what they'll do for us. The Mount Pleasant Christian School is an example. I know that Willie has been very supportive of that particular organization. You just could go down the list. Beyond that, I think that if you look at the store downstairs, it's clean, it's bright, it's well stocked, and it's friendly. That's a leadership that's less tangible, but he helps elevate everybody else's game. So that's a very positive thing to have in your community.
Willie gets it, and I think all the employers out here get it. It's a community deal. You know, it may be bigger than that to Willie and the Hy-Vee Corporation, I'm sure, but for Mount Pleasant, they get it. We're kind of all in this together. If we're not all successful, no one's going to be successful. And I would just say that Willie understands that, and his leadership bears that out.
Well, I always think it's interesting when I have people that are friends of mine that come to Mount Pleasant, or relatives that come to Mount Pleasant, and we end up shopping at Willie's store. And when we're going home or after we've been out here at Hy-Vee, they say, gosh, I wish we had a Hy-Vee like this in our community. And sometimes those folks live in some pretty big places, and compared to Mount Pleasant. So I think that's really, that says a lot when, just your friends and family say, gosh, I wish we had a store like this,
Hy-Vee is, we have a sleepover yearly in our preseason football program. The kids come in and we spend the night doing team building leadership activities, and Willie's been willing to provide the food for that, and lets us use his grill. And not only that all that's important, but I've asked him, and he's been very willing every year to come out and give a message to the kids about leadership, sense of community, and how important those things are. He loves kids, and he knows the basis of the community starts with the kids, and he does a great job. Can you imagine a message coming from a guy that had just been hurt and is in a wheelchair, and talking to those kids, and the courage and the leadership skills that he has given those kids? And people see him all the time. He's got a smile on his face, and I know he's not smiling all the time, but when you see him out in the community and you see him around kids, he's smiling and encouraging the kids. So very important to our community.
The helpful smile. A lot of places you go to these days, I even as a customer have gone into other businesses and I'm not able to find anyone to help me find the product I need, or find pricing, or even check the back room for something. And I think here, Willie in particular does such a great job of making sure that everyone who works here knows that the customer comes first, that we really make big efforts to make sure that the customers know they can come here and get more than just courteous service.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you for watching this edition of Your Hometown Grocer, provided by the Iowa Grocery Industry Association. This special feature highlights IGIA members and the important role they play in local Iowa communities. In each edition, we spotlight grocers that are making a difference and positively impacting the communities in which they serve.
We'd like to thank Willy Amos of Hy-Vee for allowing us to showcase the special meaning his business has to the unity of a small community in Iowa and sharing his great qualities for success. Thanks again.